over how to create an exit ticket in Google Forms, upload it to my lesson, and post it to Google Classroom. So this is my lesson. I'm going to just go ahead and go to Google and open up my drive. So for our distant learning, I'm going to recommend you do this as well so they're easy to locate. Under my drive here, I'm going to make a new folder and just title it Distance Learning Exit Tickets, just so they're easy to locate and I know where to go, where to find them. I'm going to create that. So now that I have that folder here, I'm going to open it up. I'm going to click New. This is how you're always going to open up a new document. I'm going to go to More and click Google Forms. For these lessons, I'm going to title them by the date. So I'm going to title this week of 4-6 exit ticket. You can title it whatever you need. It's just going to be easier for my class to use this type of titling. Should transfer right there. My first question, I always do their name. It automatically changes it to short answer. I require all my questions, so then it doesn't allow them to turn it in without them answering every single question. My next question, I'm going to put grade level. This you could put where your cohorts. I do 5, 6, 7, and 8. I like to do this one as a drop down. So then this just changes how you want them to answer your question. You could do checkboxes, multiple choice, they can fill it in. I do a drop down. And I require that question as well. Now I can go ahead and start with my exit ticket questions. So I do multiple choice questions. Of course, you can do short answer. You can do checkboxes. I'll show you how to do a checkbox later on. I already have my questions ready to go, so I'm going to just start typing them in. So if you make a mistake, you can just remove an answer choice by clicking the X. If you want to add another one, you just click there. So like for sometimes, like this one, I accidentally added one. I just click the X to delete it. You can add images if you want your answer choice to be an image. So I'm going to make that mandatory and go on to my next question. This plus sign right here is how you add a question. You can import questions like from old Google Forms you have. You can add images, a video. I like to just keep it simple so it doesn't get too confusing for the kids. Going to require that one. Add another question. I usually do 5 questions. So if they get 0 and I count each one for 10 points, I'll show you how to add the points in a little bit. So I'm shooting for 5. I have 2 questions so far. Again, I'm going to require my question. And my next question. So this question, I'm going to make a checkbox. So this one, they can select more than one answer. I forgot what I was going to say, but I'm going to show you how to do a check. So all you want to do is click checkboxes instead of drop down or multiple choice, and then add in your answer choices. I require that question, and now I'm going to add my last question. So it'll automatically suggest based on your question what it thinks it should be. It said it should be a short answer, but mine is multiple choice. So I'm going to click here on this arrow and do a multiple choice question. Okay. So now I'm going to show you how you can get your exit ticket graded just through the computer instead of having to hand grade it or look through all the answers and grade it. So you're going to go to this wheel. This is the settings. I collect the email addresses just in case there's students with this, they don't put their last name or they have the same first name. So I always do that. I unclick this. Unclick this restrict to users in KIPP Texas Public Schools. I know it started getting funny with the migration and my students couldn't access it. So I always unclick this so you don't get those constant emails about they need access to the form. And then I do one response so they can't take it multiple times. You can also have them edit after they submit. I don't, since it's an exit ticket. Presentation, you can shuffle the order, so if you don't want them to all be in the same order. This is how you're going to make your exit ticket graded. So you're going to turn this into a quiz, and you can release the grade. I don't have any questions that I need to go in and grade, so I would go ahead and immediately release the grade after. If you have something that you want to read, you can turn on this later one, and then you can release the grade after you go in and read the responses. So then save that. So right here it says total points because I haven't assigned any points to the questions yet. So I told you earlier that I do 5 questions. Each one of my questions is worth 10 points. So if they get all of them wrong, they get a 50. If they get one right, they get a 60. I've kind of just explained this in class. You can use your own grading scale, but I go by tens. So how you assign the points is you go to your question. So I'm going to start with my first question. I'm going to click on it and click this answer key thing. So I clicked on the answer key. I'm going to give this question 10 points. And I'm going to select the correct answer. Then I'm going to click done. So now my quiz is worth 10 points because I've assigned 10 points. So I'm going to go to my next question. I'm going to also give this one 10 points and select the correct answer and click done. So I'm going to do that for all my questions. Remember, click the question, click answer key, assign your points, and then select the right answer and press done. By the end of this, I should have a total of 50 points. Since I had 5 questions, 10 points each. So for the checkboxes, you're going to select all the correct answer choices. So I'm going to click answer key, 10 points, select the correct choices, click done. It's going to do the same thing from the last question, and click done. So now I see that it has 10 points. Now to be able to look at your data in a spreadsheet, you're going to click responses and you're going to create a spreadsheet. So I'm going to just title it the same thing. I'm going to click create. And so once you get students turning it in, if you click, so here it is, my created responses. It's going to tell me the time, their email address, the score, their name, their grade level, and then you can see all the questions. Once you get students turning them in, you'll be able to see the responses here. So that's a cool feature to use. Unfortunately, I haven't posted it, so we can't see that here. Now I'm going to show you how to put it into your lesson plan and then upload it to your Google Classroom. So I have my exit ticket here. If I go to my tab with my exit tickets, now I see that the response sheet's here, my exit tickets here under the Drive folder I made. I have my lesson plan open here. So I've already done my lesson plan, put in my instructions. You're going to go back to your to your exit ticket. You're going to click send. You're going to get a link. I always do a shortened link, just makes it easier for the kids. I'm going to press I'm using a Mac, so Command C to copy, or you can press copy. I'm going to go to my lesson plan, and I'm just going to paste it here. You can also, if you want to embed the link, you can do that as Ms. Rajan has showed us. So type exit ticket, and then paste your link here, and students can click on that instead. So now I have my lesson plan done, my exit ticket's in there, ready to go. So I'm going to open a new tab, go to my Google Classroom. I have a test Google Classroom, so I'm going to show you how to do it there. I'm going to go to classwork, going to create an assignment. I'm going to title it week of 4-6 lesson. My instructions, I'm going to put open the document and follow the instructions. I'm going to tell them to mark as complete when all steps are done. I'm going to not do that yet. So I'm going to add. Since it's in my drive, I'm going to go to my Google Drive. I'm going to upload my lesson. So I'm going to click add, find it, click add. I want to make a copy for each student. So something important is if you post this without doing the make a copy for each student first, if you go back to edit it, you will not be able to make a copy. So you need to do that first, because once you click this assign button and you go back to edit it, it won't let you do that. So I'm going to make a copy for each student. I'm going to put the due date on the 9th. If you're doing the same assignment for each class, something that you can do is click on this arrow right here, who it's for, and just click on all the classes that it is for. So then I'm going to assign. And it should be right there. Week of 4-6 lesson. As kids turn it in, right? I only have one person in my test class. As kids turn it in, it'll go to turned in. So if you click turned in, it'll show who did it. If you click assigned, it'll show who did not do it. So I'm going to show you what it looks like on the student end to make sure that it works. So I should go to classwork as a student, click lesson. I'll click on my document. And when I go to take my exit ticket, I'll just click on that. And now I can just take it. I can no longer edit it, and I am good to go.